Another. It's another Tuesday. Yes, 7 o'clock. Aren't you glad to be here? Aren't you glad to be alive and in living color? We're so glad to be in the number one more time. So anyway, today's a special show today, and I'm really looking forward to our guest coming on. His name is Edwin Brown, and he made this wonderful comic book, Zero Hour Epsilon Force, from Spidercadestudios. This is a wonderful, wonderful comic book, and I'm just gonna show you a little bit of it. Look at that artwork. Well, you probably can't see it because let's see the lighting now. Let's go back here. It's not gonna look because I got a green screen in back of it. Anyway, the artwork is spectacular. So you have to get it. You have to get it, and I'm looking forward to interviewing our guests in a few minutes. But anyway, Edwin Brown's a young man I met a few months ago, and he's very gifted. He's gifted in his art design, his storytelling, and I just had to bring him on the show, y'all, to give his background, and y'all go to his site, Spidercadestudios.com. Please go holler at him, and I'm telling you, you got to get this comic book. This one. In fact, yeah, this one. They sure good because I got a green screen in the back of me. Oops, error. But anyway, we're glad that you're here, and we're going to bring Edwin on in a few minutes. So, housekeeping details. Please follow us on Facebook at Keller Coleman, and follow us on Instagram at Keller L. Coleman. Stay tuned for motivation, inspiration, comedy, all that good stuff. We're here to make your life better, to make you smile and turn that frown to a smile. That's what we're here to do, and to inspire you to try it again and not get stuck in the dilemma that you're in. Okay, so that's what we're here for, is to help you. So just glad another wonderful day. I'm for sure that it's hot in your region, so I brought me some water because it's hot. Even though it's only 84 degrees, I was sweating today. So again, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. If y'all have any comments, Demaje, this is my buddy right here, Demaje. I don't know. How do I put this thing in here? Lord have mercy. I'm gonna get better at this because I done forgot how to put the comments on the screen. Hey, Demaje, what's good? Well, man, look, this comic book. We're gonna interview the owner. His name is Edwin Brown. Stay tuned. This young man, this comic is as good as a Marvel comic and a DC comic, and it tells stories of things in the past, things that happened in the past, and the way he's able to weave this story into a good message is outstanding. It's outstanding. So yes, please stay tuned because this young man is brilliant. 28 years old, brilliant. I could be his dad. I'm 56. Anyway, enough about me. But just glad that we have him on the show. Really, I'm glad that he is on the show, and we're about to bring him on. So it is 7:04. I told him 7:05, but I think he's ready to go, y'all. I think he is ready to go. So let's put this up here, right there. What's up, Edwin Brown? What's up, buddy?
Hey, brother.
How was your day today, sir?
Not too bad. Not too
Okay.
bad. How about yours?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. What's the temperature there? How hot is it in Texas?
Let me see. I've been inside all day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, work. See, I'm pretty sure it's in the hundred. It says 101 right now, so
Well, that's a
101.
blessing that you were able to stay in the house with that hot weather. Good night. Good
It's not the
night.
highest. It's been
Oh,
108 a few days ago. So
oh, really? That's
yeah.
hot. Man, this comic book.
Hmm.
Zero Hour Epsilon Force from Spidercadestudios LLC. This is the first one. I bought this and invested in your company around a month ago. I got this comic book and I looked at the detail and drawing. It just spectacular. What made you want to have a comic book? What inspires you to draw your own comic?
Well, I guess it starts from when I was little. I grew up and I watched a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog, Batman, Spider Man, Ninja Turtles, those kind of cartoons. And so that's when I got the idea to create my own superhero. And it kind of just went from there. I didn't actually do it until, when I was a little bit older, but I got the idea for it and like some of the character designs when I was a little kid. So
Wow.
that's kind of how it started. Yeah.
So, who are some of the comic books that you read frequently?
So surprisingly, actually, I didn't get a lot of comics growing up because they were like kind of expensive.
Okay.
So most of what I got in terms of like superheroes was like Saturday morning cartoons back when that was still a thing. Um, so that's where I got a lot of my inspiration from. So um, like I said, Sonic the Hedgehog was one, Dragon Ball Z that was another one, and I can name a whole list of heroes that inspired me. But yeah, that's I actually surprisingly got it from TV shows rather than comic books.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. So, what inspired you to draw? What inspires you to get into art?
Uh, I believe I got that part from my dad because he did like a lot of like wood carving and stuff on the side. So I think I kind of inherited that from him. And I remember like when I was little, I remember my dad would draw a few things. I remember being really good. So I don't remember him drawing like he didn't. I don't think he drew like professionally or anything. But
Mm-hmm.
when I did see him draw or do any kind of like art, like wood carving, I think uh, where it came from. And drawing, it just always kind of relaxed me a little bit. So and it just kind of came natural. So there was a lot of things that I do. I have to kind of think about
Mm-hmm.
it. Drawing was one of those things I didn't really have to think about it. It just kind of just came. So hopefully, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. So, what is one thing that people that are familiar with that work? What's one thing that they don't know about Edwin Brown?
So if you read the comic, the main character, or really all the most of the characters actually, but the characters have like a lot of like athletic backgrounds, and so part of that is me. Like I've always really liked sports and athletics, so and I really enjoy like doing things like going to the gym and running a lot. So part of the reason why um, like Tyrannigator's the main character, for example. There was one scene where I drew him where he was doing the bench press, and so that's one thing that I really love doing. So I drew him doing that because I that's also a part of me. So I'd say that's probably I guess that's probably one thing you don't know
Okay.
about me is yeah.
So you go to the gym also on a regular
Yeah.
basis. Okay. Cool. Cool.
I want to be powerlifting. So that's what. Yeah.
So, who has been your strongest supporter in your journey? Who has been the strongest supporter in your journey?
I would say my mom, my dad, sister, and there's a few friends that I would give it to where they were supportive. And I have one friend where he actually, back when I was in college, he would actually like kind of look over my stuff
Hmm.
a little bit. Like when I was writing the scripts for it, he would kind of give me like, like some feedback on it. And
Okay.
I would say like, um, if I had to list people, those would probably be the people I would list.
Okay. So, what advice did your dad give you specifically?
My dad, he, I remember when I was growing up, um, it was probably around the time when I was getting ready to go to college. Um, some good advice I think he gave me was, pursue art, pursue what you want to do, but you always want to have like a backup plan, especially if it's like something like art where it might be hard to kind of, I guess, make a living off of. You always want to have like something that you can do where you can be financially stable and still pursue art on
Hmm.
the side.
Great
And so,
advice.
so like, yeah, going to college and get a degree. So he advised me to do that, and I'd say that was probably really good advice that he gave me. I'm glad I followed that.
Okay, that's wonderful advice. So, what one thing that your mother advised you that you that stood out? What did she tell you that really stood out in your journey?
So my mom's actually she's a music teacher, and
Really?
yeah, she teaches elementary kids. Well, actually, she retired a few weeks ago, but yeah, she's a music teacher, and so the music part of me. So when I made the games, I to the comic, I the music I composed that as well, and so she was the one that kind of gave me the musical knowledge and how to integrate all that together.
Okay.
And, so, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's wonderful knowledge because you've taken that knowledge and you have used it to your advantage. So I'm proud of you that you listen to your parents. It really has made you the man that you are now. So, quick question: what advice would you give someone who's trying to start a comic book like yours? What advice would you give them?
Mm. Off the top of my head, I would say just go for it. Don't worry about I guess what other people might think of it. Just if you have an idea, if you have a story, or or if you can draw really well, um, just go for it and just kind of see where it takes you. That's probably what I would say off the top of my head because you never know where it could lead. So
Okay, okay. Now I'm gonna go to the comment section because we have some couple of folk that have comment. Hi, Demaje. What's good? Hey, we're enjoying this interview. Valerie Champion, she said, "Hey guys, it's good to see you, Edwin." And then she says,
it,
"Your creativity runs in the family." That's a nice compliment, Edwin. And then, oh, she didn't know that you're a track runner, and she says you're a gym buff also. Wow, she said she didn't know that. And oh, here's a very good compliment for you, Edwin. Valerie says that she loves the comic book. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me turn my volume up. Valerie says she loves the comic book. I know I love the comic book too. And you did a fantastic job, young man. Fantastic. Now, back to the interview. So, who is your biggest mentor now? Who's your biggest mentor now to help you get to where you're at and help you get to the next level?
Shayna Danielle.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if she's watching now, but I would say she's the biggest mentor right now.
Yes,
um,
I'm sure if she's not watching, she will definitely watch the replay.
mm,
So,
mm,
so you had Shayna's class. You
mm.
stepped out on faith and decided to join it. What were some of the successes that you learned and uh, some of the successes you had after taking the class?
I was definitely able to get a few more book sales.
Wonderful.
One of them was a bulk sale, so that was great. And then I think the big thing for me was uh, you have when I went to like events and talked to people, that was probably something I would have never done in the past because I'm not really like somebody that goes out and talks to people really, really at all. I've never really like made a real effort to do that a lot. But when you're like trying to tell people about your book, that's something you kind of have to do. So going to like the events and like talking to people, meeting people, that's something that I learned to do like when I after or during Shane's class.
Okay. Have you had any speaking engagements or anything attached to doing all this?
So I did get invited to a speaking engagement a few weeks ago where I got to talk to kids about art as a career.
Wow.
So I sat on a panel and basically they just asked questions to all the different people that were on the panel, and everybody was like a different field. And so that's pretty much whenever they asked me something, I would just basically answer it kind of like I'm doing it now, I guess.
So, do you have any new speaking engagements on the horizon?
I do have another live interview coming up
Wonderful.
August 23rd. I don't have like the complete details of it yet. They haven't sent it to me yet, but it's supposed to be on August 23rd.
We'll make sure
So
you send Big Uncle the information so I can get it out to our esteemed guest. Esteemed
we'll do.
guest. So, appreciate you on that one. Let me see if I can pull this scene up. Wait a minute, it's not that one. It's I, I've lost my mic on that one. So let's stick with this one.
Hmm.
But okay, back to the interview real quick. So, what motivates you to keep Spidercade Studios going? What motivates you?
Uh, that's a interesting question.
What
I would say
motivates you? Go ahead.
I would say I just love to draw and tell stories a lot, so I think that's just, you know just part of my being. So that's always going to be something I'm going to want to do.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. Can't really think of what drives me. I think it's just the desire to like create characters and tell their background stories and
Okay. Okay.
that kind
Okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Question: what
of. Mhm.
example of a mistake that you made and you learned from it? You made a mistake or something you had to pivot from. How did you learn from that so you could get better?
Uh, so I would say one mistake is I probably need to like learn how to, I guess, research things a little bit better before I do them because sometimes I'll do very minimal. Like if I get like really motivated to do something and I really want to get it done, I'll just like do very minimal research and then just kind of jump out there. And then sometimes I'll run into issues which I could have avoided if I had like probably prepped a little bit better. And so I guess one example of that was there was one game that I made that was based on the characters where I was using like the platform that I was using to create it. It wasn't really the best one to use, but it was the one that I kind of knew about. And so after the fact, I learned about all these other platforms that would have been much better, and that's actually what I used to create like the later games. Um, it worked out in the end, but I think back when I was doing it, I said it would have been better if I had, probably
Okay.
reached these other platforms instead.
Okay. Well, you learned and you learn how to pivot. That was a good experience, though. It's a good experience for you. Who are some of the people that you have made on this journey? Who are some of the interesting people that you have met?
Uh, so one person definitely comes to mind is Evan Arces. Hope I pronounced his last name correctly. But he basically he writes stories for like Black Panther
Wow.
and actually a few other superheroes as well. But I met him at a book event
Hmm.
not too long ago. So he's one of the people. And then I met the owners of Black Pearl Books. They're a Black-owned bookstore,
Awesome.
and that's actually where I met him. Met them all around the same time. So they let me join and do the book signing. So that was giving signed copies away of my book.
Okay.
So
Okay. Making progress. Making progress. So what are your plans for the rest of 2022 as we about to go into the fourth quarter?
so Shayna, she gave me some advice. So there's two, actually three projects I'm working on. One, first one is like a project where like kids can kind of like it's like a blank comic book, but kids can kind of like draw whatever they want in the panels.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I'm working on. The second issue of Zero Hour Epsilon Force, that's the other thing that I'm working on. So I'm hoping to have that done January. Um, we'll see. That's kind of just a rough estimate. And then
Okay.
third thing that I'm working on, which may take a little bit longer. So when I created the comic book, um, it's I was aiming for like a target audience of like 12 and up, and so um, Shayna gave me the idea like you should like maybe make a comic book, like make it to where like maybe edit it to where it's have an edited version to where like maybe like younger children can read it. So because like I said, I grew up watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z, so um, there may be like a couple violent scenes like that may could be edited out, and then it talks about like the Tulsa massacre. Um, so I may have to edit some things like that for like 6-year-olds can read it.
Okay. I have a question here for you, sir. Valerie Champion asks, "What if you can't draw, but you have an ideal for a comic?" Hmm. She says, "What if you can't draw, but you have an ideal for a comic? What would you do, Edwin Brown?"
If I was in that situation, someone told me a while back that you can there's like different groups that you can find like online, like
Okay.
Facebook groups. And sometimes, a lot of times, you can like if you have like a script or an idea, you can ask people in those groups. And I've seen it kind of a little bit. I haven't like asked anything in the groups or anything. I just kind of look at the conversations. But I've seen people like they have um, like an idea, or they may have the story all written out, and then
Okay.
like they'll ask artists, can they draw, and then the artist will like show them like their portfolio, and I think that's kind of how they work it out. I haven't done that. I can't speak to experience, but if I had to guess, I think that's probably how I would go about doing it.
I have another good question from Valerie Champion. Are you going to make Epsilon Force a series?
That is the goal. Yeah,
Oh, wonderful.
that's my goal.
Wonderful. Let me thank you, Cassandra. Appreciate it. I need to talk louder. I had the microphone away from me. So thank you for that note. Now, Edwin, what is one thing that you would like to be remembered for as you get older? What's the one thing you want to be remembered for?
Uh, I would say someone that put out good work that influenced a lot of people. Because in the book, I tried to make characters that people could relate to, and I tried to tie in Black history as well, and then have like a little bit of a Christian aspect as well because it mentions Jesus as well. So I kind of want to remember for I guess all the great content, you know, help kids, you know, overcome adversity. Um, you know, talk about Jesus as well. So that's
We on the
probably
same path. I enjoy that. Uh,
mm,
yes, yes, so cool. That's right, Cassandra. So cool. Um, the one thing that I really enjoyed about this story is to see uh, the main character how he changed. I loved it. It's a great character. Has a dislike for humans was interested, but folk, y'all got to get this comic. It's just the bomb. So very good story. Edwin, you will be successful. Just keep at it. Yes, Sandra, we need that. We need that. I'm gonna give them a quick shout out. Go to Spidercade Studios. Spidercade Studios. Google it, and you'll find his website. You'll find this wonderful comic book. I know y'all can't really see it real good because I got the green screen in the back, but this is Mr. Edwin Brown. This is excellent. I bought this and read it within a day. Spidercast Studios. That's it. That's it. Spidercast Studios. Let me put that right here. If I said it wrong, please y'all forgive me. And please forgive me, Edwin, if I said it wrong. But Spidercade Studios. Google it.
that's right.
Please support this young man. That comic book is the bomb. So that was just a side segue. Now we got a couple more questions. We're gonna end this in video. So
Mm.
Edwin, what is the what's your favorite color, and what does that color say about you?
Uh, Blue, I guess. uh, what does the color say about me? I don't know what is blue.
Cool,
Uh,
calm, collective.
I don't know if this says this about. I guess I could say collective. I don't know if this says this about me, but I guess I tend to be kind of more, I guess, low key type person. So I don't really go in the spotlight a lot. So I don't know if blue says that, but yeah, that's my favorite color. So
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, what what movies now would you recommend to our audience since you were really creative, or have you seen anything that has really struck a nerve and that you would recommend?
um, that new Jurassic World movie that came out, I saw that with my sister and aunt and uncle a couple weeks ago. And I've always, you know, like I said, I've always been kind of like a casual fan of that stuff. Like so, I really enjoyed that movie. There was some really good scenes. There was a chase scene that I thought was really cool. And part of the reason Tyrannigator, the main character in my comic, part of the reason I made him reptile is because I, you know, really liked that stuff as a kid, like dinosaurs and alligators and that kind of stuff. So I guess you can say that partly came, the idea came from that as well. So uh, I would say Jurassic World. Um,
Okay.
that's one.
Mhm. Okay. I haven't been in the movie, so I can't recommend nothing.
Mhm.
I'm just being polite. So again, how can folk get in contact with you? I'm gonna let you take the mic on that one.
uh, you can follow the Instagram. So it's Spidercadestudios, and it's not really like it's not a personal Instagram. I appear on it sometimes, but it's more like a business Instagram. But you can follow that, and I do like occasionally post like uh, myself on there every now and then. So actually, just yesterday or the day before, I think I posted myself in the gym. So um, powerlifting. So yeah,
That's fine,
but
man.
yeah, Spidercadestudios. That Instagram tag, you can follow that. And I do have other social media as well, like Facebook. It's still Spidercadestudios or Spidercade, but the Instagram is really the one that I use pretty much almost like 90% of the time. So that would probably be the best way
Okay.
to reach.
Well, we truly appreciate it. Again, please, ma'am, please, sir, visit Spidercade Studios. Please invest in this comic book. I'm telling you, it is worth the investment. The art, the stories, and I can't wait to part two. Oh, wait a minute, wait. There were two sections in the book that I had to mention. You have an app for this book. Wait, who does a comic book and has an app attached to it? I was like, that's brilliant. Explain that app, because that just blew me away when I saw that. You go to this page, oh, go to the app. I'm like, it has a game. That's a game changer, sir. So please tell us about the app. Please tell us.
Okay. I think I keep looking at the wrong. I'm looking at you on the screen. The camera is up above.
You good?
Um, so the games, there's two games in particular that I'm most proud of. So when I was a kid, like I said, I played a lot of the classic Sonic games, classic Donkey Kong games, those kind of games where it like runs to the side. And so when I was actually writing the comic book, I got the idea to make games because like the big superheroes, they have games as well. And since I got the IT around when I was in school, so I just figured like, okay, well it might take a while, but I have the background, I might as well go ahead and use it. So trying to merge everything together. So that's also kind of how I figured out how to merge the art, the IT, and the music and everything kind of together. So it's basically you take the character, you just run him to the end of the level, like I said, classic Sonic, classic Donkey Kong games. It's like that.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is a game changer. Who does that?" So, man, I just had to. Oh, thanks, Valerie. Valerie said, "Great interview. I love you guys. Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate the compliment." So, thanks, Edwin. I just had to interview you, man. I just think what you're doing is brilliant. The comic book with an app in it, that's a game changer. I don't know too many people that are doing that. So we are so glad you stopped by MAP TV, which is Make a Plan Television. And we're so glad that you are our guest today. And we will definitely interview you in the future because I want to see what your success is from this date until we interview you again. I hope that you had a good time.
Thanks, Keller. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I don't know if my mom saw it, but hey, mom. Hey, dad. Hey, dad.
Well, tell your mom and dad they did a fine job. And then Coach Keller said, congratulations. Okay, so thanks, man. I truly appreciate you. And we will talk soon. Okay, thank you very much. Now, folk, we hope that y'all enjoy that interview with Edwin Brown. He is magnificent. Whew, man, comic book with an app. I can't even do that. I can't even draw. Not like that. So, again, please, ma'am, please, sir, check him out at Spidercadestudios LLC. He's on Instagram. Please follow him and please pick up that comic book. A comic book with an app attached to it as a game. Who does that? Edwin Brown does it. So I hope that you all enjoyed the interview and stay tuned. There will be more exciting videos and content coming down the line. Some surprises. Can't tell y'all, but y'all will soon see. Again, follow us on YouTube and Instagram. On YouTube, I'm Keller Coleman. And I'm on Instagram. I'm Keller L. Coleman. Thanks, Cassandra. I appreciate you supporting this young man. Thank you, because it just makes his confidence soar. He's naturally quiet, but he has really grown these last few months. So thank you for supporting him, and all the others that will be supporting him. I'm going to tell you all thank you in advance. Okay. And as you can see, we've made changes. We're only getting better. You have to keep getting better. You have to keep adding. You have to keep trying things. You don't quit. Okay. Today I had some bad news. My Nikon D750 died. How did it die? Well, last year I was at an event and it fell and it broke. And so I took it to the shop and it was gone for a month. And then they called me today and they said, well, Mr. Coleman, we can't get the part. And I said, oh, God. But I didn't stay on it long. I was disappointed. But I said, wait a minute. This may be opportunity to get a newer camera that not only can I use to take pictures, but I can also use it to do live stream and do video. That's a game changer. So I didn't stay on it long. I didn't get disappointed. Well, I was at first, but I didn't stay down. I got up. I pivoted. I said, no, this is an opportunity. We'll get something newer, because my camera I had was like 10 years old. Okay, so I said, skip it. Let me get a brand new one, because the parts will be easily available. So I learned. Okay, I didn't quit. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Again, stay tuned. We will be back next week, same time, 7 o'clock. I hope y'all enjoy Mr. Edwin Brown. Go ahead and follow him and check him out. Wonderful young man. Wonderful young man. He's a good guy, and I'm looking forward to interviewing him again. Okay? So thank you, Cassandra. Please tell your family and friends we'll be back at 7 o'clock next week. And stay tuned for another episode of MAP TV. What is MAP TV? MAP TV is Make a Plan TV, because my motto is make a plan and make it happen. It was birthed 10 years ago, and it took us around 10 years to bring it live. So again, thank you all for watching. God bless you. God keep you. Have a prosperous week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Take care.